welcome back to another top movies of the month video. Yes, for January we are starting 2023, and yeah, the channel is back. Like, it is back. It feels good to be doing videos. I've got like loads of videos done this entire week, so like, yeah, everything's like getting back to normal somewhat now, which is really good for me, really good for you, and just really good in general. So everything's good. So round of applause. Let's just applause me. Everything's good. We will talk more down the road, of course, in terms of life. But I do have my list here. I mean, did I just leak something? No, I didn't. I just wrote this on the back of like a random junk mail letter or whatever. But anyways, 4 movies I watched in January. Now, it isn't a lot of movies at all. You know, just one of those things. I haven't been to the cinema that much. So we are going to just rank those 4 movies that I watched, but for February there's going to be a ton more because I've already, I think, watched 3 movies. So yeah, and it's like the 6th of Feb, so we are moving mad. But I guess January I did have my birthday and stuff like that, so things happened, life, as I've, you know, been on and off about, you know, and whatever, but we're back now and it feels really, really good. So kicking off, my worst movie of January, by quite a way off actually, was Megan. I gave it a 2-star. It was not what it was advertised to be. Like, I genuinely thought this was going to be like a really good, gripping thriller horror. I thought it's going to be really suspense building. I thought it was gonna like, you know, really kind of be a bit similar to what I imagine Annabelle gonna be like. You know what I mean? I haven't seen Annabelle yet, but I imagine it's gonna be a bit like that. Like, the main focus is this like doll that's like controlling things, but it was, well, it just wasn't. It was just pretty dull, pretty boring, and yeah, that was pretty much it. I went to go and see it with my brother and his girlfriend, and they said the same. Like, we all thought it was going to be like really horror-y and really spooky and creepy and, you know, all that type of thing, but it wasn't. It was, you know, just a film. Like, and it's forgetful. That's what it was. I did enjoy it. I was entertained for the 2 hours or however long it was, but it just wasn't a great showcase, I guess. I don't know, it's one of those weird ones. I think I've heard a lot of people say the same thing. A lot of people kind of, they went in thinking it was going to be one thing, and then you leave thinking something totally different, and it just doesn't, it's really hard to talk about it because it just doesn't grab you, and just you just kind of want to be like, you know, be good, because the trailer looked so good. And I think it's probably like the one film on this list that's really frustrated me this month is Megan, because it's just been pretty boring, pretty lackluster, and like I said, 2-star, just didn't do it for me. So there it is. Number 4 on the list is Megan, and probably will be one of the worst films of the year, but you know, I'm not sure if a 2-star movie made it into last year's one. But you know, in at number 3 though, in at 2.5 star is Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody. Now, this did technically come out in the last 3 days of December, but obviously Christmas and all that. So I did get to see this at the beginning of January. I went with my mum and my sister to see this. Now, I thought this was brilliant. Like, I thought it was really good. And I kind of just put it smack in the middle of 2.5 stars because I liked a lot of things, but I also didn't like a lot of things. I liked like the costumes. The performance was great from Naomi Aki, Stanley Tucci as well. Like, the casting was brilliant in that sense. But I just felt like, on the flip side of the things I didn't like, the film was just very high level. It just felt like it was just, you know, going through, like, we filmed this scene about like her on The Bodyguard or wherever, and then straight after The Bodyguard she had this big hit single or something, so we're going to film this scene, and we just merged them together. I think my problem was that each scene didn't really flow from one to the other really well. It just felt really like segmented, and like if you'd missed one entire scene, then you wouldn't really have missed much of the movie, because it didn't really feel like it flew and just flew, I guess, if that makes sense. So that was the biggest problem there for me anyways with Whitney Houston's movie. I love all biopic movies. Like, most people don't like some things, like Bohemian Rhapsody for instance. I actually really enjoy that movie. Rocketman obviously is one of my faves, but there is a lot of like these big films out now like this, and it's good to see Whitney Houston have one, but like, I just feel like it could have been done a little bit better. So kind of just thought 2.5 stars, smack in the middle, there. So that is at number 3 on my list. Coming in now at number 2. This is probably the biggest movie of the month in terms of like release and actors and stuff inside the film, and that is Babylon. I actually gave Babylon a 3-star. Now that is a lot lower than like big critics have been giving it, but for me I just found it to be a bit dull. The film itself looked fantastic. The performances, like I said in my review, Margot Robbie gave the performance of her career. I don't know if she's nominated for the movie, but if she is, she totally deserves it. I'm not even gonna contend with that. She definitely deserves it. But Brad Pitt as well starred in the movie, and it was just basically about these people in Hollywood, like these actors that like have these struggles and trying to work in Hollywood. And you know, like you have the like crazy side of Hollywood where, you know, everyone gets drunk and just goes on parties, and they have this, like at the beginning of the movie they had this party where this elephant was there and just like to distract people, and it was just bonkers Hollywood mentalness, and it was fun. It was a very, very good like put together movie directed by Damien Chazelle, and I really need to get into his stuff because he's done things like Whiplash and stuff like that I really want to get into and check out, because I love the directional style of the film. But I just thought the film was too long. Like 3-star, I give it a 3-star, but it's 3 hours long. Like 3 hours, like it didn't need to be 3 hours for what it was. It just felt a bit boring. You know, there's films out there like Wolf of Wall Street that's 3 hours, but it doesn't feel like 3 hours. It's done in a way that it's all written really well, and I just think the movie was written well, but it just didn't flow. Like I just thought it was just, I went to the toilet and I didn't even miss anything really. You know, it was just a bit long. 3 hours, just a bit long for me. So yeah. So that's my second favourite movie of the month, Babylon. Now, number 1 is my latest review, and that is The Fabelmans. I gave The Fabelmans a 4.5 star. It was always going to be, let's be honest, you know, Steven Spielberg, whoever doubts him, nobody. It's about his life. It's about him growing up, love of film, his everything to do with that, and I fell in love with cinema again. Going through what I've gone through the last year or whatever, it's really been like trying to find yourself without getting too deep and all that. And this type of film coming out is like perfect for what I needed. You know what I mean? I needed somebody to show me what the love of film was, and you know, like he really put all of his energy into his career, you know, to make it in Hollywood, to make his own film, to get inspired and all this, and kind of what I've been doing with YouTube. So it's very relatable to me in my life and stuff like that. But I did give it a 4.5 star. It didn't quite get a 5 star for me because I said in my review, like John Williams was on the score, and you know, John Williams has set such a standard for musical scores on movies that it just didn't seem to have one. I need to watch the movie again. I'm not going to go to the cinema again, but I'm just going to get, when it comes out, I'm definitely going to pick it up. But I will watch it again, and I'll probably do a revisited on it pretty soon when it comes out, and maybe then see if I can address if the score was actually prominent, because I didn't feel like the score was prominent enough for me anyways to warrant giving it that 5 star. I want the score to always be like another character, you know, really grab my emotions, but it just didn't. I didn't feel that at all. So so there it is. There is my first number 1 movie of the month, and there's my first top movies of the year. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did I miss any movies? Maybe they'll be caught up next month, because I have like this Plane from Gerard Butler. That's going to be in February's that I've watched. So there has been one of those like transitional months, I guess. But going forward, like I said, next month is going to be a lot more on the ranking list. Blu-ray hunts are coming back as well in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be out there. We're going to be Blu-ray hunting. We're going to be getting the movies in, reviewing them, and also I've been doing some polls as well on the community tab. So head over there because I'm going to do all my like interaction stuff over there now. Like, you guys vote for what reviews and what films I should watch. I had 100 votes on the one, so amazing to have 100 votes. I actually cut it off at 100 votes. So yeah, 100 people voting is great. So everyone just wants to contribute, then please do, because your voice will be heard. But there it is, guys. There is today's video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. All the Instagram messages I had over the last week has been fantastic. Thank you guys so much. Stay tuned for videos coming soon, and we'll see you. I will definitely see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.